This is an island bird surrounded by water, big water, ocean water, and hardware sales for gaming consoles are plummeting to the lowest levels in over a quarter century. Why do I stare at you at the beginning of every video?
I just wanted some sauce on those zingers.
All right, everybody, welcome to the show. Some shameless plugs. First and foremost, make sure you subscribe to this channel, Rich Tomorrow, and leave a like. It helps in the algorithm. I upload content on a fairly regular basis and stream on a fairly regular basis as well. And also make sure you check out, I have to make sure I'm using the right thumb, my ASMR channel called Tech25 ASMR. I'll be having new content up there shortly, and I have plenty of content there already. And I don't lick any microphones or whisper softly in your ears. Well, I speak softly, but, you know, I'm not going to do like the binaural where I'm licking into your ears. Maybe some of you want that, but I'm not doing it. Sub to the channel. Links below in the top pinned comment and in the description. All right, so everything's terrible. Everything sucks, and I am not well endowed. And hardware sales and physical game spending is the lowest it's been since before the Nintendo 64 was released in the States. Let that sink in. That is, I don't know what kind of red flag that you need, but that is one that should be the size of a zip code. Things are not going well because of price increases, and because of the economy, people can't afford to buy new hardware and new games. This comes from videogameschronicle.com. Hardware and software sales in the US last month just had the worst November since tracking began. That's according to the latest data from market research company Circana, which tracks hardware and physical/digital software sales in the US. Here we go. 1.6 million units of video game hardware were sold in the US in November 2025, which is the lowest total since 1.4 million back in 1995. Monthly hardware spending last month was $695 million, which is a 27% drop compared to last year and the lowest hardware spend in a November in the US since 2005. November is usually one of the biggest months for hardware sales due to a combination of Black Friday deals and purchases for Christmas. So keep that in mind. This is supposed to be the month where all of the companies are deep in the black because of Black Friday and Christmas sales. And this is the month where they look forward to it the most because it helps make their quarter. And here we are. It's not happening. So buckle up, things are about to get real ugly. And here is part of the reason why prices are going up and people are making less and utilities and other things that they need to survive are going up. So are they going to spend it on consoles? No. Let's continue. However, this year, the average price paid for a new unit of video game hardware was $439. An all-time high and 11% higher than last year, which was likely the main reason sales were comparatively low. If prices go up and prices of utilities and people needing to put oil in their furnaces and people needing to pay their expensive car payments and people needing to keep their lights on, those need to come first. And then you're asking them to spend more on a console than they did 5 years ago. Sony, Microsoft, they can't do it. They just can't do it. It's like, okay, keep my lights on or buy my kid a PlayStation 5. I think my kid rather have the lights on. It's sad to even say that, but that's where we are with this broken economy right now. Continuing here, in terms of physical software, spending fell 14% in November 2025 compared to November 2024, making it an all-time low for a November since tracking started in 1995. Bill Clinton was not even in his second term yet. This is pre-Monica Lewinsky that we're talking about here. Now, Circana's Matt Piscatella said this about console pricing. If you expected any good news here, I have none to tell you. Asked on Blue Sky how console manufacturers could possibly lower hardware prices given such factors as tariffs and increased component prices, ain't gonna happen, Circana Senior Director Matt Piscatella replied, "They likely cannot and will not." And he continues here, "If we see sharp upticks in pricing because of components, and you will, it could potentially be catastrophic for the dedicated gaming device market." What have I been saying in previous videos too? There's many people who watch this that, Rich, I'm only a console gamer. RAM prices don't mean that much to me. Well, here is how it's going to affect you. It's not just going to be RAM prices for building a PC. It's not just going to stop there. It's going to affect everything. Phone manufacturers, not Apple, but phone manufacturers are debating bringing back micro SD card slots in next year's phones because of price increases on storage, on RAM. So they're like, all right, let's just have them add their own storage, which they should have been doing altogether because it's pro-consumer. But of course, they are going to do it for that reason. So if you expect this to get better anytime soon, it's not going to. It's going to get worse. And like Matt Piscatella said, I think that these console prices are going to go up again. I think it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when the Switch 2 gets a price increase. I mean, Nintendo just got devalued by $14 billion because investors are like, wait, all of the components are going up in price, which is going to cut into profits. And that's what's happening. And what is Nintendo going to turn around and do? They're going to increase the price of the Switch 2. So what this shows here too is that when people can't afford things, you can't just increase the prices and go, oh, they don't care. They're going to just, whatever high price slop we dish out, people are going to buy it anyway. They're not going to. They can't afford it. If they can't afford something, they're not going to buy it. It's not, a lot of these hardware manufacturers and corporations, they have this level of ivory tower arrogance to them where they're looking down and going, the peasants will buy it anyway. Oh, we want to turn around and charge another $100, $200 for our hardware when it was just a few months ago a different price. Hey, we have to deal with the AI bubble right now. People will buy it anyway. They won't. And what's happening here with the Black Friday sales from this November or the month of November and having hardware and physical game sales be the lowest that they've been since they started tracking this in 1995 should be raising alarm bells across the board because this is a major issue and I don't see it going away anytime soon. And if console prices and hardware prices keep going up and people can't afford them even more so, you're going to see sales go down even more. The gaming industry right now is in a very dangerous place. And that crash that you and I have been talking about for years now may actually happen. So we'll have to wait and see. But if people don't have the money for something, they can't buy it. And if they can't buy it, a hardware manufacturer and corporations, they're going to see their sales go down. It's simple math and it's unavoidable. This is Rich Tomorrow signing out. Have a good one.